Dear students, why are we concerned about normal WBC count? Someone will ask you, what happens if the WBC count is less than the normal range? The body defense becomes weak. You can find the normal range of WBC and different types of WBC in first year body fluid topic. The defense system, body defense system, involves WBCs, and the organs which help in production of WBC, maturation of WBC, proliferation of WBC. Where are these WBCs found? WBCs are circulated in blood and lymph. Where are they formed? Yes, they are formed in bone marrow. How are the WBCs formed? Where are the WBCs formed in fetus? Just search it in Google. In adult, RBCs and WBCs originate in bone marrow only. WBCs are of two different categories, specific and non-specific. Specific cells undergo maturation in primary lymphoid organs. Name the primary lymphoid organs of human body. One is bone marrow and another one is thymus. There are many other secondary lymphoid organs. I am sure you can prepare the list of secondary lymphoid organs, including appendix and Peyer's patches, or mucus associated lymphoid tissues, or lymph nodes. I have got a question about lymph nodes. Which one of the following statements is true with respect to lymph nodes? Just by looking at this question, you have to understand that the person wants to ask something about secondary lymphoid organs. Lymph nodes are secondary lymphoid organs. They help in maturation of lymphocytes. This is wrong. We shall eliminate this option. Bone marrow helps in maturation of B lymphocytes. Thymus is the site of maturation of T lymphocytes. That's the role of primary lymphoid organs. This is secondary lymphoid organ. Hence, this word is totally incorrect. This is okay, proliferation. Only phagocytic cells are stored here. Name the phagocytic WBCs. All WBCs are not phagocytic cells. Phagocytic WBCs are neutrophils, and which is the second one, monocyte. These are non-specific. They belong to cellular barriers. Only phagocytic cells are stored here. That is misleading. Phagocytic cells and lymphocytes also. Other type of WBCs are also stored here. This cannot be the correct statement. Immature lymphocytes become B lymphocytes. This can happen only in bone marrow. Bursa fabricius in birds, bone marrow in mammals. This cannot be the correct statement. Then lymphocytes interact with antigen and become effector cells. Yes, that is about secondary lymphoid organs. It can be lymph node or spleen or Peyer's patches or appendix or mucus associated lymphoid tissue, etc. What do you mean by effector cell? Plasma cell is the effector cell. It is specialized B lymphocyte. It has huge network of endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi bodies. It is capable of secreting large quantity of specific antibodies. It's like one clone of B lymphocyte. Similarly, TC cells, cytotoxic cells, they can recognize specific unwanted cells. So they are all final functional cells, effector cells. This is only a correct statement. Memory B and T cells are responsible for, you have to look at A, B, C, D and then conclude the option. Memory, right? Innate immunity, we have discussed that. Innate doesn't have anything like memory, but when it comes to acquired, especially B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes are formed, they have memory. They give permanent immunity. That is secondary response. Secondary response, permanent immunity, active immunity, autoimmunity. That appears when the property of the immune system to distinguish between self and non-self is lost. The immune system starts preparing antibody against the host. So autoimmunity, that is not related to B and T memory cells. Graft rejection. When do we notice graft rejection? The defense system identifies the transplanted tissue as a foreign organ. It's a primary response. It's not based on the memory or memory B cells and T cells. Then the correct option should be B and C. I shall not take A and D in this correct option. Which one of the following would be treated by passive immunization? You have studied active immunization and passive immunization. When it comes to active immunization, vaccination, yes, memory cells are formed at the end. You will be ready for anamnestic secondary response. You will not have any sickness or symptoms in future. That is permanent immunity, active immunity. Well, here passive, that means introduction of ready-made pre-formed antibodies. You should have such clones of stored preserved antibodies. Useful in case of tetanus and allergy. No. Allergy is treated with the help of adrenaline or steroid injections or antihistamine injections. Not this thing, that's a different kind of disorder, exaggerated immune response. Then snake bite, correct? And tetanus. So answer is this. This is treated by active immunization. Active immunization. Vaccination only. So body will have memory cells. But this is temporary. Memory cell will not be there. This is but very useful in case of emergency, because your body takes 7 to 8 days to prepare specific clones of cells or antibodies. But this is a dangerous situation. You need antibody instantly, immediately. There is scope for passive immunization. Preformed specific antibodies are introduced here. Therefore, the person will survive. The antigens would be neutralized by the antibodies. Which of the following is true about the antibodies produced by clone of B lymphocytes? They are interferons that are formed during viral infection. These interferons are not antibodies, they are specific glycoproteins. Yes, in case of viral infection, so that other uninfected cells get ready to face viral infection. This is cytokine barrier. It's not related to B lymphocytes, so we will eliminate it. Soluble army of proteins. Search this word soluble in the lesson Human Health and Disease. Soluble, insoluble. Soluble proteins, army of proteins, clones of proteins. Proteins against specific antigens. This is more correct. It's not insoluble protein. Okay, soluble army of proteins synthesized by B lymphocytes in the absence of antigen also. You cannot find this situation. For the production of antibody in the absence of antigen, wrong. We can prepare antibody only when the antigen enters. Otherwise, no antibody. No primary response, no second response. So acquired means it is one kind of response to the entry of antigens. Therefore, you should be confident this is incorrect. The correct answer is second one. Okay, I will discuss a few more concepts in the next class.